Another gorgeous. There you are, you Wally. Stay close, you big Egypt. You're not going anywhere now. Now, we were just saying, Louise, this has been fantastic. You're getting, between 50 to 70 people coming out. Where did this all begin? Did you apply to RTE? Was it something that someone, I don't know how you got involved, or?
It was quite funny, really. I was sitting in the car waiting to meet a client one day because I work for myself.
Right.
Waiting to meet a client. And
you're an assassin, isn't it?
I'm an accountant.
Oh, an assassin. Okay,
yeah,
I knew something begin with A, yeah.
Tax assassin. Waiting to meet a client. Flashes up on my phone. Last few days, apply for Operation Transformation.
Right.
Sure, look, there's nothing better to do. Start filling in the blanks. What more would you be doing? Well, next thing, press the button, send. Off it goes.
And when you got the reply that you were sort of accepted onto it, I don't know whether you got a bit of a fright, whether you were thinking, great, this will be motivation. How did you feel?
No, I couldn't believe it. I got a phone call.
Okay.
And at first you nearly think it's a joke, but I had told absolutely no one that I had done this because I didn't think anything of it,
Yeah.
And I thought when I pressed the send button, that was it. It goes into like a big drum. Never thought any more
off
of
into
it.
space, never come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And who'd be interested in me? And next thing, one evening I got a phone call, and from this guy, and I just couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
Right.
So he spoke to me for about an hour and I went on from there.
Right. And would they just be checking? I don't know whether they need to make sure that you're definitely available to do it and you're going to commit to it. And I don't know whether you have to have any kind of health check where they just feel, well, once you're alive and well, let's do this.
Well, there's a long process and there's an awful lot of toing and froing, and do you want to do this and do you want to do that, and are you happy for all the family? It involves all the family, so you have to be happy that all the family want to be part of it.
Any reluctance in the family? Were any of the kids?
Yeah, there was, one or two. The eldest, I have 5 kids.
Right.
The eldest was quite happy Catherine Thomas might arrive in the door.
That'll always be a good benefit. That'll be a good motivation for him to get involved.
So that would have been his main motivation. So there would have been a few reservations all around and different things that would have been going on in family life that they wouldn't necessarily have liked to have come out maybe on the media, so so kind of it kind of went on from there, and there was a lot of ifing and butting and toing and froing then with the production company. Right. So that goes on for quite a while.
And was that just in regard to making sure timetables work and people are committed, or
it's a huge commitment.
Right.
And my heart goes out to the leaders. I think they're fantastic.
Right.
Those 5 leaders deserve an Oscar because there's a lot of pressure on them.
Right.
And I think they're fantastic doing what they're going to do now for the next 8 weeks.
Now, ultimately, of course, there is as much as it's a bit of work. People are meeting up, they're getting into shape, they're going on good exercise. I'm guessing there's fun involved though as well, though, because I saw you guys walking down the main street and it looked like the Pied Piper heading down with about 60 people behind you and dogs and all sorts. I thought I thought it was an exodus, people were leaving town or something. Yeah. But there's a great community kind of kick out of any gathering, but certainly when it's something good like this where you're doing yourself a bit of good.
Yeah, it was, and it was great fun, and people are getting together and people are meeting up and having chat. Even some of my old school friends came out when they heard I was behind it.
Great.
And we were catching up on what are you up to over the years, and their children coming out and all the children coming out as well. So it was great catch up, and even people who came out on their own.
Yes.
And just meeting people around, we're saying, it's great for just meeting people.
Yeah.
So
there's been a few examples. I know Sharon Felton and the gang, they did put together a running club and it became a very tight bunch of 30, 40 people, and I know that Ciara Kelly's doing walks, and it's a great motivator when there's a gang of together, because it's much easier to tackle a hill when there's a bunch of you together.
Well, it is and it's a great camaraderie coming together, which is great, and a great atmosphere, and we're doing it for fun.
Right.
We're not starting off and saying now, God, let's pant away, we have to get up here real quick. Everyone's going at their own pace, so no one's under any pressure,
Right.
Obviously I have a challenge to do.
Sure.
And that's what I'm trying to achieve, but it's great, everyone getting behind me, and look, we've a bit of fun, we've a bit of crack about it, everyone's telling a bit of a story as they're going along, puffing and panting. But we carry each other, which is great, and we've some who are very fit going along, and then there's some of us who think we're never going to get around the next corner, like, you know. And, you know, I would have let everyone know, like, say the guards and everything, that there was a group of us going out, just purely to let them know. And they said, like, once or twice they'll go around with the car just to make sure everything's all right, like, not knowing how big the group was. And if we need to pick anyone up, and I said, it'll be me you're picking up, never mind anybody else.
So the commitment wise, how many? It's 2 nights, or how many nights a week?
2 nights a week. We go on a Monday night, Wednesday night,
right?
7:30. We meet over in Shoreline for 8 weeks.
8
but
weeks.
Like, hopefully, you never know. It might just continue.
Well, that's it. You see, I mean, it's like, so dogs aren't just for Christmas. Well, getting fit isn't just for January. There's a real kind of, you know, everyone gets into that gym mode in January that I need to lose those pounds and, you know, have a better me at the end of this year. But the idea,
I don't know if
hopefully, is that
we'll make the NC team. Yellow polka dot bikini, but anyhow.
So I don't know
if
whether
the heartbeat gets going, we'll be all right.
It is very early days. I don't know whether you feel the benefit. I'm sure there's besides any kind of physical, you know, improvement, there's a kind of a lovely camaraderie, as you say. The benefit's already there. Really, you've got a bunch of people.
Benefit you wouldn't believe, Paul, because like the recommended is that you would be doing at least 10,000 steps a day.
Right.
Now, 10,000 steps for some is nothing.
Right.
But for the likes of myself, who's sitting behind a desk an awful lot a day, 10,000 steps is a lot.
Yeah.
And on average, I would be maybe doing 3,500 steps a day.
Wow, that's right.
I mean, that was nothing.
Yeah, because we are car oriented.
I was a case, like, you know, for bye Louise, like, you know, you're written off, like, you know.
Right.
So it's been a challenge now, up in those steps, and it is still a challenge, and that's the challenge over the next number of weeks for me to try and get to those 10,000 steps, and that's not easy when you're sitting behind a desk for 7-8 hours a day. And
bizarrely, you're physically tired after something like that, even though it's not actually walking. You just feel you want to go home.
Street there, and you think you're never going to get back to Shoreline.
So, I suppose there's also the need, I guess, to change your general kind of pattern of life, because we're so reliant on the car, and it's so easy to jump in and just go to the shop very quickly. So I find I try to make myself walk, if it's just down to the town and to get something, and you know. I don't know whether you're already thinking that way. I need to change.
Changes that you might think about making. In my case, like I feel sometimes I can be like a taxi. With having 5 children, you're going all over the place. So it's like making little changes. I'd come into Greystones, I'd be going to the bank. I would try and find the nearest parking space to the bank that I could. I'd nearly drive up and down the town twice to see if there was a parking space closer to the bank. Where now I try and park maybe here at the playground and walk up, or somewhere up the Burnaby and walk up, rather than try and find that parking space.
Nice, yeah. Because all these little things
it's all those little things, like, and it's not costing you any more time.
Right.
For it, like, I mean, but it's just being that little bit more conscious that you can do that.
Would you be thinking about the end of this now? Whether I don't know whether it worries you that you've got to maybe hopefully live up to some kind of goal, or whether you sort of feel already that doing it is the achievement. It's not necessarily that you have to hit.
I suppose when I first realised that how few steps I was doing and what was recommended, I kind of said, oh my God, Louise, where are you going? Like, I mean, you're going to be on the floor. And that kind of frightened me a little bit, you know, where I always carried the weight and I always battled with the weight. And then suddenly I kind of said, well, you know, you can still carry weight, but you can be fit. Right. You know, so what are we going to do? Will we concentrate on trying to be that bit fit, get a better heart, and then worry about the weight? Sure. You know, so what will I prioritise? Will I prioritise the fitness and then worry about the weight? And so it all adds up. Like, it has to go hand in hand. There's no doubt about that. But at the same time, like, you suddenly realise, oh my God, my heart is part of it, the rest of my body is part of it, and I hope to God the rest falls into place. And we should say, RTE now, the people should watch out for the show. Of course,
Did that side of it give you a thrill or a fright that, you know, you're going to be on national television and there is that sort of just a little bit of notion that you know, the fame side that people recognise you and people are like, oh, there she is, there's her kids, and oh, there's...
I won't be on it for too long,
right?
You know, so I'm not featuring on the show for too long, so I'll only be a couple of minutes, and then whatever follow-up that we have on it,
right?
You know, so it's the main leaders.
Okay.
It was great to have got to the final batch, like, you know, and to think, God, you could be a leader in that, like. So it was great, but it was frightening at the same time. But having the challenge that they've put me to now is, I suppose, a little bit daunting as well, like, you know, because you're saying, what if I don't make it?
Okay.
You know? Okay. So you're under that bit of pressure at the same time. But look at we're out there, and it's great to have the support.
Sure.
That's what means a lot.
Climbing a mountain isn't always about getting to the very top. Sometimes the climb is a great thing, and it's you know, you got a lot of benefit from this in regard to not only your health is going to improve, which is huge, but as you said, that like the sense of camaraderie and the sort of coming together of a huge amount of people. I was delighted when I saw the numbers.
I couldn't believe it the first night. I was shocked the first night. I couldn't believe it. I was, and as we walked along, and I tried to walk a bit and walk back a bit to kind of say hello to everyone. And as I go back, and then I'd meet people, and someone would say, "Louise, it's me," like, and I'd be saying, "My God, I haven't seen you in years," like,
nice.
You know, and it was actually lovely, like, you know, to think people would come out, and then people I wouldn't know from Adam that would come out because they just felt it was the right thing to do and a great time to do it.
Rock and roll. Well, as you said, hopefully it'll be something that people maintain, because, you know, you go through phases where, you know, especially in January, that everyone thinks about health, and then you can let it slip again, and I think it'll be it's just a wonderful thing. You know, you look at we're a healthy town generally. I think a lot of influence about good food and good exercise and yoga and all that kind of nonsense, but just a good old fashioned walk, you know, with a friend is huge benefit.
It's huge, and look at the lovely walks we have. Like, we come up here by the seafront. It's lovely. Like, I mean, the sea, the sound of the sea, the smell of the sea coming by.
Sure.
You couldn't be anywhere better.
And you know, if you walk from here to the Sugar Loaf, it'll only take about 5 hours to go up to the top of the Sugar Loaf and back.
Just top of the minutes.